In the heart of the community, a journey of perseverance and passion is unfolding. At the center of it all is MSO, a determined individual who has made it her life's mission to uplift those around her.
I come from a family of 5, born from my mother, but kuna wenye wako nje, 4 of them. My mother and dad separated when we were very young. I think that time we used to have cases of tunapelekwa kwa chief, dad anataka watoto 3, mama ende na watoto 2. So it used to be a big struggle. And being the children, sisi ndio tulikuwa tunaona what is happening. And unajua mkiwa kwa nyumba yenye wazazi wamejenga, huku nje people see like you're having the best life. But hawajui what you're going through pale ndani. So most of our lives tumesomea boarding because of the conflicts between my mom and dad. Tumesomea boarding, and after high school, unfortunately my mom passed during the COVID. I was the caretaker in Kiambu. When you're not able to afford a nurse, one of the family members is asked to be the caretaker of the patient. So I used to be the caretaker. But before mom got sick, she has been a missionary ever since I knew her. She used to go to places and anatuambia nimeenda this time huku. So we used to be mad because babu anaenda, anatuacha, and you have to depend on dad kupika. So hiyo time ameenda ndio dad atakuja kwa nyumba. Then akirudi dad aende, mom takes over. So it used to be a growing up una feel kama mzazi hayuko hapo. Yes, right now na understand passion yake pale ilikuwa, but you also feel that you missed the love of the parents. Ile upendo wenye ungekuwa umepewa, you are missing it. And taking care of her in hospital also was not easy. And unfortunately she passed when I was cleaning her. So it has not been an easy journey growing up. When mom was going for the missions, she used to advocate on HIV and AIDS. So there was a time she used to do in Congo. There's a place called Congo before you reach Soweto. She used to have a group of women there. So nilikuanga ninaenda huko. Sali hakuna kitu ya kufanya Soweto. Naambia mimi nitakupeleka because I don't want to stay at home. So nikienda nikimfuata, maybe kama tumefukuzwa fee or something, namfuata kwa hizo vitu. Nikimfuata and I see what she's doing, nini. And then the biggest thing was during when she was sick. And hapo ndo nikasema I want to do community work fully. When she was sick, kwa the ward, kulikuanga na mama wengine hawana mtu wa kuangalia. So I'll finish cleaning my mom, I clean them, and then I feed them. Nilikuwa nimebeba dish moja. So ninawagawanishia hiyo food yenye nimebeba. So, and sometimes I used to look forward to it. Unfortunately, I used to look forward to it. Asubuhi na jioni nilikuwa nafanya hivyo because I used to go also to school in College of Human Resource in town. So ningebeba food to the morning to Kiambu, then go to school in town, then come back, then go to Kiambu in the evening. So funny thing, I used to even buy them deodorant soap ndio wanuke vizuri because of the hospital na madawa. So I used to look forward. So wale wa mama ndio wananiambia, I've not even told my daughter to come see me because najua unakuja kuniona. So wakaanza ku look forward to seeing me, and nikaanza kuona ni kama ninawapea hope. So when mom passed, one of the ladies akaniambia, sasa najua hautawahi rudi kwa hii ward. And unfortunately, I've never found the courage to go back to the hospital. But nikasema, I feel comfortable serving people. And I feel comfortable putting a smile to people's face. So hapo ndo nikaamua I fully venture into community work.
Mary's dedication to serving others began early. Inspired by the challenges her own family faced after her parents' separation, she decided to channel her energy into community work with a focus on sports and youth development. Her organization, the Rise of Great Society, alias TROGS, has become a beacon of hope, offering both emotional and practical support.
Over the years, nimekuwa volunteer in different organizations. mostly I used to go in Babadogo. I think ni kwa sababu kwa akili yangu nilikuwa nadhani uko Mathare, uko Kibera ndio big slums where I can do an impact. So uko ndio mostly nilikuwa na volunteer. So hii passion yangu imekuwa hapo ever since. I remember one time my dad alikuwa ananiuliza, mbona una concentrate sana na watu unajisahau? But it has always been there. Nikiwa shule nakumbuka watu walikuwa wananiita small nurse because I used to go to the nurse. Mtu anasema anaumwa na tumbo, naenda anasema ni mimi naumwa na tumbo, nipewe dawa nimpeleke. So it's just something I think you may grow over the years. So nikaingia into volunteering in organizations. Nika volunteer for some years. I used to volunteer there's an organization called Shadrach Juma in Babadogo, and it used to do programs huko. So nikaanza kufeel nirudi huko Kahawa West nifanye program na Hawa Youth because walikuwa wananiambianga siku hizo ulitutupa. So nikaanza kurudi kidogo, ninaika 2 programs, ninaingia Soweto na volunteer huko kwa SIY wapi. So I felt I need something sasa yenye sitaenda kufanya kwa watu, nifanye something on my own. So hapo nikaingia sasa Kamai. Nikatafuta, so me I don't have an office, I don't have money to set up something. So I need to collaborate with somebody. So nitapata nani mwenye ataitikia kufanya hii kazi yangu? So nikaingia Kamai. So nikaangalia Kamai only seeing schools. Then now I got hiyo shule inaitwa Oasis. So Oasis, waliitwa Oasis because they wanted to be just like the name Oasis. So wanasema Julie, the area is full of changa and drugs. So that's a rescue place, like a safe space for the children. So nikaona this is the place I want to be. So hapo ndo nikaanza kusema wale vijana wa kidance walikuwa wanajitanga the rise. So hapo ndo nikatoa jina TROGS. So we wanted to call it the rise of a great society, because now we are forming a greater society than what we have right now. In Kamai, it's very hard kupata vijana because most of them wanaenda the other side of Soweto. So nikaanza kufanya mental health programs in Soweto, where nilikuanga na kuwa accommodated by SIY because sasa singe afford kulipia venue. So vijana nilikuwa nawapata, like sometimes I could have 50 of them coming for the session, and then I collaborate with mentors from there's an organization called Y254. So wananipatia mentors for free and then wanawaongelesha, because nikienda online nikitafuta mentor alikuwa anataka kulipwa and I don't have money. So I used to get mentors from Y254, wanakuja wanawaongelesha wale vijana. Then we do, after a program of 3 months, we do a mental health walk. So we print out to cards, tunatembea huko tukipatia vijana the 2 cards. Saa ingine nilikuwa natembea napatana nazo nasema tu anyway hata za waganga zinatupangwa, but kuna ule mwenye anapiganga simu. But eventually program tukaifanya mpaka this year in February, and then ndo nikaanza, George akani challenge akaniambia anza kuwavuta wakuje Kamai. Tulikiwafanyia huko tu wataendelea kukuja tu Soweto. So I started bringing the programs here in Kamai. But in Kamai it's a challenge, I will not lie, especially Julie hakuna a lot of organizations. You know, when you're a lot, you're able to support each other, to mobilize. But now since Oasis is focused with children, au wananiambia mimi kwa watu wakubwa au ni stress. So inabaki uko na challenge kubwa ku mobilize wakuje for the programs. So most of the time niko kwa watoto ama the youth. So there's this one point, as a girl alini approach akaniambia mimi sikujangi feeding kwa sababu hakuna food home, but it's because of what is going home. The parents, the father is not the real father. There's a way ana feel kama anatulumiwa na the father, not sexually but kukuwa sidelined, so ana feel isolated. So I started realizing that si ati watu wenye tunasaidia in terms of mentorship ni ati hawana, but pia yeye kukuwa isolated inamweka kama yeye kama in a place yenye ako vulnerable. Anyone mwenye anamu approach kumpatia that love and support, that is where ata lean on. So nikaanza kurealize, okay, so I'm not supposed even to focus na the poor ama mtu mwenye hana. Nafaa kufocus na hawa wenye wana feel wako isolated. And that drove me to the young mothers. So hapo ndo nikarealize that's how many girls wanakuwa wana end up kukua na early pregnancies. And unfortunately the girl who had approached me is now pregnant. So ikanifanya nikuwe na a heavy burden, because if I had brought her close and nikuwe maybe very close to her, maybe hangekuwa in the situation she is right now as we speak. But sai nimeanza ku venture sana into the young mothers, and when I say I want the program to be inclusive of all the women, saki tu akwe the wamama peke yake. Tunasemanga women ni from the age of 9 to 20 wenye wameshaanza kuenda menstrual cycle. So nikiwa incorporate na nikiwaonyesha the love, I think they will not be at the risk of getting pregnant at an early age. And also wamaliza education, because mara mingi huku nje nikiongelesha the young people wenye wako high school wananiambia wewe umesoma, umepata kazi, umemaliza shule, umepata kazi. So kuna vile wana feel kama education ina lose value. But what I tell them, si ati unasoma upate kazi, unasoma ndio kuwe na knowledge on how to navigate hapa nje. So over the years nimefeel kama huku kama ndo nimeanza kuitwa mama miradi. So ndo imeanza kusink hiyo jina, hadi sengine nasahau kujiintroduce as Mary, najiita mama miradi. But it's because I love doing projects that will impact and help people. And also I love collaborating with anyone who is ready to help the society. Basically that is all TROGS do. On the women empowerment, which is our main, and I can say it's our main focus. We're also empowering women in Nyandarua, the old women now. So it used to be funny nikienda kuongelesha the old, unajua wanaongea Kikuyu sana. So ukiwa umelelewa in the city ni ngumu kuongea Kikuyu. So unakuwa na translator. So in Nyandarua we are empowering the old women, whereby tunaonyesha to the love, tunawaleta pamoja. They do, it's like ukiwa now you are like in a concert of old people doing the folk songs. There's a time hadi walikuwa wanatoa the sounds of kama maumau. You'll feel like you're in a war, but you're not singing the war. So it's a very interesting program in Nyandarua, where we are helping them just to be alive, not wasikae tu pale wako na stress kwa nyumba. So they're doing soap making projects and also crochet. They wanashona to sweater. It's funny thing because naonanga kama kushona sweater ni for the old people, but sai crocheting imeanza kuwa inclusive of everyone. So pale in Nyandarua we do the soap making, kushona masweater, and also we are supporting now their grandchildren, whereby now they are benefiting with the mental health programs, the menstrual health program where they benefit with sanitary pads, and also those who have small children tunawapatia diapers. Kuna wale wameachiwa wajuku wale wadogo kabisa na msichana akakuja in the city. So those are the programs that we are doing here in TROGS.
But her journey hasn't been without challenges. Financial constraints and the complex process of registering her own organization have made the road tough, but still, Mary remains resilient.
I can say the biggest challenge, obviously, financially, because you can't run a program without having resources to facilitate it. So if you have women coming and they don't have food and you're keeping them there the whole day, so it becomes a challenge. Also doing the feeding programs where we're doing the uji forums and all that, buying the flour to cook the uji, and also having this, I think my vision is to have a small library for the children where they can just come, instead of me reading the storybooks to them, they can just come and take a book and sit down and read comfortably. Also, the challenge is also where we're doing the sports activity. We're having one community ground where also the whole Kahawa West use the ground. So you get where the only sport that is known is football. So for people to embrace the new sport of Coco is a little bit difficult. So you have to, it's like you're now fighting for a space to do the sports. And also the sports needs a place where it's not dusty, because now the children will inhale a lot of dust. So that's also a challenge to us. And I can also say getting local volunteers is hard. People want to volunteer and also be paid at the end of the month. So I think facilitating all the programs without money, without resources is hard, because people don't want to volunteer for free. There was a time I was like, sasa mbona nilianza hii kazi and it's so stressful. But then once I start doing something, there's this fulfillment that I have at the end of the day. As much as I'm having, na receive all their challenges and nini, at the end of the day there's a fulfillment I have nikienda kulala, of which nikikaa kwa nyumba the whole day, when I switch off my phone and they say it's my midday, kuna kakitu tu kananiwasha, I'm missing something. But there's this fulfillment when I spend the whole day in the field, either with the children or with the women. There's just this fulfillment that comes with it. I think that is where my motivation comes from. Also the support that I get from my siblings and also my dad. There's a big support I get from them and watu wenye wananisurround.
Through yoga sports, she finds peace and purpose. For Mary, happiness comes from empowering others, especially young women, through fitness and sport.
I started doing yoga last year. I started doing it, I was told, sometimes I used to get stressed because of listening to all the stories of people, and you don't have solutions. Sometimes maybe it's, they need help financially and you don't have the help. So sometimes it used to, nifanya nizime simu, nikae kwa nyumba the whole day. And then one time I found, there's a colleague of mine called Bantu. He's here, he introduced me to yoga in Embakasi. So I used to schedule, it used to be Monday, Wednesday and Friday. So I used to schedule in the morning, I'm not available, I'm going for yoga. So I just wanted to be away from, because I do it every day, like full time. I'm in the community. So starting doing yoga, because I tried swimming, ikakata, I tried dancing, ikakata. So I did yoga, and good thing I won the awards. There was a competition and I won the awards as the female award in yoga as a sport, which was being done by the sports minister, Ababu. So I won the award in October last year. So this year I don't know why they have not done the competition. I was so ready for it. The yoga that I was doing was being spearheaded by the Hindu Council of Kenya. So they find you a trainer and they train you, and then now you can be a trainer to people who want to do the yoga, the sport.
With Mary, tulikuwa kwa competition ya yoga. Yeah, she was number 3, awarded number 3 during the International Day of Yoga. Yeah, and I was I was number 1. Yeah, so niliona kuna venye kwa yoga alikuwa passionate about it, then alikuwa anapenda vitu za mental health sana. Yeah, pia mimi nilikuwa napenda, pia mimi I'm focusing on the same. So hapo ndo tukajuana, with time tukaendelea tukujuana, ile sharing ideas. With time tukaamua kuanza team. So initially I was a player, yeah, but now I became a coach na yeye ako na organization. So I came to volunteer, nikuwe coach. At least let's grow the team.
As Mary reflects on the support she received from friends like Diana Gashiri, a women empowerment facilitator, and Daisy Marshall, a sign language interpreter, her mission to inspire people grows stronger each day.
Mostly I collaborate with people. Like Oasis, the school, I collaborate with them, because if it's not for them, I don't know where I'll have the venue to do the activities. There's also Y254. They help me with the mentors for the programs. So when I have a program for the ladies or for the youth, they give me mentors. Locally, I also get people who maybe in church, you're doing a good job, I can buy sanitary pads for next month. My siblings also support me and my friends. So the support I get mostly is locally. But also I've also partnered with an organization called Adventure Volunteer. So it's mostly for, we get volunteers from abroad who come and support your program. Also I collaborate with SIY with mentorship on mental health with the young people, with the youths mostly.
In this TROGS organization, I'm the Women Empowerment Facilitator. We talk to women, we encourage them, we laugh, cry together. It's always a safe space with us and these women. We think that we are people of the same. So tukuja pamoja, tunakuja kusaidiana kimawazo, kutoleana stress. So at the end of the day, it's just good conversations over tea. I first came to volunteer during a feeding program. That I was introduced by a mutual friend of I and Mary. And during that period of feeding program, we started talking and I started now getting more into the other activities. And after a conversation, Mary was like, hey, so kama unisaidia kuongelesha hawa say. And it was really nice because I was doing it professionally. It has its days. The good outweighs the bad. Their days are a bit challenging, especially with the language barrier. This area ni ya Wakikuyu sana sana. So being a Kisii ni ngumu. Unaona sasa unapata Kiswahili kidogo, so they're speaking Kikuyu vitu mobs na kupita, but it's really nice working with her. She's an inspiration to many. She's very patient and she loves what she's doing, so like we look up to her.
Tulijiona pale hivyo Oasis. Alikuwa anashinda akikuja akaniambia tumfunze kudance. Hapo hivyo ndo tulijuliana. Mary akaniambia anaweza nijoinisha kwa TROGS ndio nijue skills.
Apparently, I and Son, we used to school together in high school. So she was my best friend. So tukiwa shule alikuwa mtu wa kucooperate. Tansemeva kwa mtu wa cooperation. Akaniambia akimaliza shule atafungua organization. Mimi nikachukulia tu ni joke. So akaniambia amefungua but sikuwa serious. Nimejoin site kwa 1 year ago. Nilifanya course ya special needs. I'm a teacher. Akaniambia niwe nikimsaidia juu ana deal with different types of people. So akaniambia kukutana na disabled people niwe nikimsaidia. Yeah. So I'm a sign language interpreter kwa wenye hawasikii. Then husaidia watu kuregister kwa people with disabilities hizo cards juu at some point ziko na benefits.
Her story of triumph in the face of adversity is not just her own, but shared with a growing community that believes in the power of giving back. For Mary, it is a cycle of support powered by love, dedication, and teamwork.
Naweza mwambia tu just keep it up. Personally, mimi nilivolunteer hapa. Yeah, and nilivolunteer kwa organization na niko willing kumsupport in any way possible till the end.
She's a very good girl, ako patient, then ako ready to teach others. The moment mimi nikimjua high school, alikuja kama mtu mwenye, alijoin kama ni mtu mwenye anasaidia watu. Hadi alikuwa amenroliwa kwa sick bay. Watu wenye wanadeal na wagonjwa. Si hata wengine tukienda tuseme huyu anajifanya, yeye ataenda kumletea Panadol. As in alikuwa ready to help.
Naweza tu mwambie ni asante na Mungu ambariki.
Mary is very empathetic. She doesn't feel for you, she feels with you. She's very empathetic. She's passionate about what she does. And sometimes you have ways of reason. You're like, no, think about yourself once. Because she's always out to take care of everyone else. She's very empathetic. She's very charitable. And she's generally a nice human being. you ask me.
Through the challenges, the joys, and the lessons learned, Miriam's soul continues to rise, fueled by her dreams and the belief that every small step makes a big difference.
My biggest goal is to be able to make these women have a self-independence. So apart from them coming to gain the skill, they're able to utilize the skill out there. And also to have a library for the children and have a facility that is able to host all, it's like a one roof for all these activities to be done. So my main aim is to have a center where I'm able to carry out all these activities at the center. What I can say to the young people, especially those who have passion towards something, the only thing that keeps me going is a slogan that says, the only person you cheat is you. So whatever you're doing, if you're not doing out of your own heart, you're the only person you're cheating, because it's not your neighbor, it's not your family, you are the one who is doing it. So remember that the only person you're cheating is you.